Whenever we create any piece of art, artists will always use what's called the elements of art in their pieces. And I want you to think of the elements of art like the ingredients to a cake. Okay? These are all the ingredients that if we were going to make a cake that we would need in our bowl to mix and cook and create a cake. So the elements are all of our ingredients. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements of art. Line, shape, form, space, value, texture, and color. Line. Line is simply, we talked about a dot that takes a walk. So that we already talked about all the different kinds of lines. So line would simply just be these right here on this cube. Okay, just the lines, these little diagonals, thick, thin. This is a line. Okay, shape. Of course, everybody knows what shapes are. Here's a shape right here. Do you see the square? Okay, there's a shape. Do you see these little ovals? Shapes. Okay. Form. Form is something that's going to make it look three-dimensional. Usually in art, whenever we talk about form, Ms. Rucker will usually use curved lines, or I will tell you to curve your line to make it look more 3D. But form would be me turning the square into a three-dimensional cube. That is form. Space. Once I put this line here behind this cube, I have now created space. Now the cube is not floating. It's not a floating cube. It's actually sitting on something, so I've created space for the cube. We have value. We've talked about value. Remember, that is how light or dark a color is. So here's my value. I have dark green that goes all the way up to light green. That is value, and all the colors in between. Texture. Remember, we talked about how that's the way something feels. Look at this cactus. We have rough. Ms. Rucker created a very rough surface on the cactus by just adding some different types of lines. I've given the illusion that it is rough. Look at the potting plant. It is smooth. So that is textures. When we actually, in kindergarten, we use those Tigger hoppers a lot to create that bumpy texture. And then, of course, you have color. And we have all the colors of the rainbow here. And, of course, our color wheel contains color. All right, so these are our elements. Just think of them as the ingredients to create a beautiful piece of art. So we will be using these in every single piece of art that we create in here.